everybody. You remember a couple of months ago I did a chart at a Facebook group that I showed here. It was a chart of the 50 best songs of 1984, in which I showed singles and so from 25 of them. And I said then in that video that it might come more years, and it will today, because we have in another Facebook group, but with pretty much the same persons, made a chart over the year 1980. So today you will see me show the top 25 over the best songs of 1980, my favorite from that year. If I'm not wrong, Rob Walker has shown also a chart of that year, so check that one also. Finally, we're getting something that looks like summer heat, summer sun in Sweden in August. And I'm not surprised. But let's enjoy it while I can and show my favorites from 1980. 1980 actually is a year that I from the beginning wasn't all that fascinated about. It took me a lot of years before I learned to like it. I thought that there was a lot of songs back then that were very overplayed and that didn't do anything. But I come to realize that it had also some real fantastic moments, such as the very beginning of new wave synth pop. Be a whole lot of those here, and also the soul year. Maybe one of my favorite years of soul music is 1980. It stood in one foot in little 70s disco style, and the other foot in something new for the 80s with more synthesizers, more funky beat and so on. So 1980 is definitely one of my favorite years of soul music, and it also will be shown here. This is I will show the top 25 in those cases that I can, because there are some places that I actually don't have neither single or album from the artist or the song, so then I can show anything, but I can talk about it. But I actually made a top 100 of 1980, and pretty much like the last time in 1984, I'm going to show the places under 25 in a special faster chart right here. So, places 100 to 26 was that. So, let's start now to move from 25 up to number 1, before the video gets too long and it becomes too dark. Number 25, there are some songs here that may not be the most ordinary songs from this year. There might be a lot of songs and artists that you miss, maybe. Sorry for that. But I do have, at number 25, Roberta Flack, together with Donny Hathaway, Back Together Again. One of the final songs from Donny Hathaway This album was meant to be a duet album, but Donny Hathaway committed suicide pretty much in the middle of the creation of this album. So Roberta Flack had to do finish this album by herself. But Back Together Again, a fantastic song, a real soul classic. So definitely worth a place number 25. Number 24, Can't Show. Don't have this song as a single. I want it, of course. I'm talking about Loletta Holloway and Love Sensation. This song is for many most remembered as the song that Black Box sampled from to their huge hit Ride on Time. A song that I think is great produced by they are actually taking the Loletta Holloway's most screamy parts of Love Sensation and put it in another song and sample it over and over and over again, and made the song pretty much unbearable to listen, in my opinion. I can understand why Loletta Holloway wasn't all that pleased with this sample. But if you take those screaming parts and put it in Love Sensation, it is in the complete song, you get a whole different picture of it. Because the Love Sensation is a real funky song. I really love this song a whole lot more than Black Box. I think that it is magnificent produced, really great groove, and real fantastic. So number 24, Loletta Holloway, Love Sensation. Number 23, we're coming now to a couple of songs that is pretty familiar to most of you. Number 23, Pretenders, Brass in Pocket. Nothing much to say about that, other than for many years I thought this was maybe Pretenders' one of Pretenders' weaker songs, but I learned actually to like it a whole lot more through the years, and today I think it's really fantastic, relaxing, and a great pop rock song. Number 22, coming now to something that is so 1980 that you don't believe it, because everyone expected, of course, to have something from Scary Monsters, and you will. First, we have here Fashion at number 22. A real great intro, real great song. I really like this song production, the great groove, disco groove. So number 22, David Bowie, Fashion. And we're coming back to David Bowie a bit higher up. Number 21, a song actually that I grabbed the last straw actually to have something from this album because it's so fantastic. The album itself came in 1979, and majority of the singles came also from 1979, but this single came in 1980. So I grabbed the straw and took a chance to put something from Rufus and Chaka Khan's fantastic Master Jam, produced by Quincy Jones. This is definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite album from Rufus and Chaka Khan, and I can say it doesn't lack of competition of that title. Real great funky song with fantastic production by Quincy Jones. So number 21, Any Love, from Rufus and Chaka Khan. It helps if I say the title of the song. Number 20, coming into top 20. A song from a band that released 2 albums this year. And at number 20, we have from one of them, OMD, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, and from their debut album we have Electricity, and so also fantastic synth pop sounds in this one, so magnificent produced. Yes, you hear a car in the background. Real fantastic, cozy and real catchy and fantastic, but at the same time a bit mysterious song, which fits so well from the synth pop of 1980. A lot of these songs were so mysterious, and that's what made them so great. Electricity, OMD. Number 19, a pretty much familiar song from this year, from a movie that I haven't seen. From what I heard, it isn't that much to see. I don't know if I'm going to listen to reviews. The album was, the soundtrack was pretty much more, became more famous than the movie itself. I'm talking about the movie Xanadu, produced by Electric Light Orchestra. As you may have seen, I have had this album, but I've called it away because it is, I thought the album itself was pretty boring, to be honest, with exception from the singles. You saw a bit lower down on the chart was Magic, and at number 19 we have Xanadu with Olivia Newton-John and Electric Light Orchestra. This might be one of the best songs that Jeff Lynne has ever produced. The best production that he has made, actually, in my opinion. But as I'm not a huge fan of Jeff Lynne's production at all, as I've said before. But this one is a fantastic song, magnificent, big production, and fantastic, well made. Definitely also maybe Olivia Newton-John's best song ever. Number 18 I can't show. I thought I had the album, but it turns out that I obviously don't. And the song is Dr. Hook's Sexy Eyes. A fantastic song that sounds both soul and smooth, AOR. Finally learning how to say those words. AOR, and yacht rock, also known as. But it is so smooth, so fantastic produced. So I felt that it was worth a place on this chart. Number 18, Sexy Eyes, Dr. Hook. Number 17. I could have shown both album and single, but of course single comes first in this case. We have more Quincy Jones produced in Brothers Johnson and Stomp, number 17. And this really is Stomp. So fantastic, funky production, and real fantastic album overall. But this song is real fantastic, well made. Just sitting and jamming when you listen to it. So definitely had to have it. Number 16, another artist that have two songs on this chart. Number 42 with Rodeo Drive, and also at number 16 with another song from the magnificent album The Game's Up. And then I'm talking of course about Sniffin' the Tears. The album that made me discover Sniffin' the Tears. And the song I'm talking about here is Poison Pen Mail. A fantastic little naked song, little naked production, small of instruments, but at the same time very intimate, very cozy and smooth, and I really love this song. It's a fantastic song with Sniffin' the Tears. Definitely one of my favorite songs with this band. From a real fantastic, highly recommended album, The Game's Up. We have at number 15 another name It's typical for 1980, but not in a positive way. It is the year when this person was murdered, and then everybody has realized that I'm talking about John Lennon. I am actually not a huge fan of John Lennon, but in 1980 he released some of his absolute best works ever. And at number 15 I have, from the Double Fantasy album, Just Like Starting Over. A song that mixes almost some 90s 50s style with the 80s in a magnificent way. A real fantastic production, a real fantastic song. Definitely one of my absolute favorites by John Lennon. And more John Lennon higher up.